and welcome to Saturday Night Vibes. Hopefully, everyone's week has gone good, and for those that have struggled with the winter storms, hopefully you recovered. And much prayers to y'all and hugs. And those that are watching the replay, thank you. And hopefully, y'all can learn something new. We got Bree in the house with Dave Farrell. And we got Skull Aquatics, my co-host, my favorite, one of my favorites. And we got Mike, Miracle Austin, the other co-host. Welcome. And tonight, before we go any further, I want to welcome all the viewers, all the commenters. So if you want to be shouted out, be here. Welcome, Sandy. Uh-oh. Mike and Skull, I guess we'll have to step it up. The boss is here.
Yep. Mama's in the house.
Yeah. Welcome, Kuro. Lady Warshak, welcome. Way, let's go. Shockfin, welcome. Hey, Linda. Welcome. Lori, the best mod out there. Musk Jellison, what's up, mate? Dee Dee, welcome. Garcia Aquatics, what's cracking? I'm trying to make the chat, that way we can go into business and then forget about the chat. Red Laser, welcome. Okay. So, Bree, how long have you been in the hobby?
2 years, 2.5 years now.
Nice.
I think like 2020, possibly. We started.
Okay. So, what's your favorite fish?
Corridoras as a species, but more specifically, black Schultz-eye corridoras.
Nice. So, what got you into becoming a fish tuber?
Well, a fish tuber, geez, I don't even know. But I found Jess, Main's Tails, Fur, and Fins on YouTube. And then, like, I watched her streams for a little while because we were, like, at home for school because of COVID. So I watched her streams, and then she convinced me to go up on panel. And then I started a YouTube channel. And she started off with me, and then he started co-hosting, so.
So, this is a good question. Who's a better co-host, your father or Jess?
I don't know. Well, he's available like all the time. Jess got busy with like work, which is right. Like he gets busy, so then like I'll cancel the stream, or I'll just find a new co-host. So I don't really know which one's better, but he's just.
You're just saying that because I'm here. You know it's Jess.
He's here.
Hey, man, no, man. Hey, Bree, man. Just like, remember who you're with right now. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's about.
Don't sugarcoat it. Say, Dad, you suck. I want Jess back.
So, before we go any further, Mike, do you have any questions for Bree before we go into the vibe check?
Let's see.
I want to know what Dave's favorite fish is.
My favorite fish?
There you go.
Yeah, what's your favorite fish right now? Because I know that's a tough question.
It is. I mean, I like the black Venezuelans. I really like my cichlid tank in there. Probably because it's in the bedroom. It's the first thing I see when I wake up. But
That's true. Yeah. So
the OBs in there are definitely stunning, but I don't know if I can narrow it down to like a fish. You know what I mean?
So what are you keeping in your cichlid tank?
There's
Imbunas,
OB
peacocks,
Imbunas, OB peacocks, and there's
some weird cichlids.
haps.
Oh yeah,
I think. I forget. We got them a while ago.
Nice.
We bought them as mixes. Like what we bought them, they were like just marked African cichlids.
Yeah.
And like
Right.
they're just they're like a variety mix.
But we just kind of picked out the ones we liked, and then they grew into what it is now. They're just in a big 75-gallon. Well, not big, but they're in a 75-gallon in the bedroom. But
So what's your biggest tank? Go ahead.
Biggest tank, 75. There's 5 of them. 575.
Oh wait, that doesn't make sense. There's only 4.
1, 2, 3,
4.
4.
Yep. The others are 60s and 55s.
Oh yeah, yep, that's right. So there's 4 of them. There's a 65 in the dining room.
And there's 60 gallon, and then all the other ones are 55s, 40s, and stuff.
Yep.
Nice.
I do like shrimp. I could say that much. As far as, I guess they're not fish, so.
Yeah, but I mean, like, is the shrimp thing like new?
No, we've got 11 tanks.
Maybe.
I think there's 9 downstairs. There's 1 up here, and then there's another one set up.
Oh, there's a lot more than you think. There's 11 downstairs.
Okay, so there's 11. Oh, that's right. The Skittles tank and.
Then there's 12 downstairs. So there's a lot. The 2 10s.
They're all on top of the center rack, but then there's like,
There's 1 on the desk.
These are cool, so let's get them. And there's a tank over there, and then there's a Skittles tank, and then there's a Cull tank, and
then there's 2 10s.
And then I got those orange-eyed yellow King Kongs coming.
Yeah.
That tank set up in the dining room, so that'll be here next week. Those guys. And the ones I got from Aquaria Life.
Yep.
I got from Aquaria Life. Those things were stunning. And I forget what happened to the tank. Sandy probably knows.
What happened?
It was something in the tank.
What?
That killed off the shrimp.
Mm.
Well, I think there's 3 still alive. And they're doing good now. We treated the tank. Planaria.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I guess they took down the shrimp pretty quick.
Yeah, my planaria got way out of hand, and so did my seed shrimp. And it turns out I was killing my tank with like love by like feeding it too much. You know what I mean? Like basically is what I was doing, and then that caused problems that got out of hand, and then the shrimp population declined.
Right.
So that was my first try. So this is my second try.
Yeah, that kind of sucked because those were actually really nice shrimp, and they were
Pricey.
They were just starting to breed. They had 4 or 5 babies in the tank, and 3 of them were actually bird. But so that was kind of exciting, but hopefully they make it now.
So, Bree, what got you into the hobby? What got you, and who or what got into the hobby?
Well, we had a 55-gallon when I was growing up, and then we took it down, and we didn't have fish for a while, but then we started watching Tanked, like this show where they build fish tanks and stuff. And so I wanted a tank, but then my sister wanted a tank because I wanted a tank, and then my mother got one too. So then we all had a tank, and then we just got more.
So you had MTS disease, huh?
Yeah.
And then it was 2020, and you guys like started up, and it was like part of like the whole like pandemic, and then like having to like be, and you were at home and stuff like that, so you guys started messing with fish tanks.
I was still at work. COVID never affected me. We worked every day, but these guys were on remote learning.
Yeah, I couldn't go out and be social anymore and things like that. Like I like to go see a lot of live music and stuff like that. And then I was still working, doing home health as a nurse, so I needed to do something. So I cleaned out my garage and started keeping fish tanks in the garage. And yeah, it got out of hand. Here we are.
Yep.
I remember when you first came around. I see you on Terry's there a couple times.
Yep. Terry was the first person to like have me come up, and like I got the angels, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and you guys talked me through it. That was great.
Yep.
Nice. So, what's your goal for the year, Dave and Bree?
I think they're pretty much the same.
Go to more shows.
Yeah, we want to do a couple shows.
Yes.
Nothing big set in stone. Obviously, we're definitely going to the Clash.
And there's a new one that we just found out.
That one's all room booked, passes, everything. We're all ready for that one. There's a new one that's actually close to us. They're quite about a half an hour away. They're actually going to have a show, so that's kind of cool for us. It's their first one, so.
They also do like other ones, like big ones.
They do a lot of big shows, but this is the first one close here. And then we're going to do the one down upstate New York, Killifish Swap again, and probably something in Danbury, New York.
Right. So stuff that you guys can get to, right? Like, so kind of like more regional.
The one is a half an hour. Everyone else is about an hour and a half, and Danbury is actually 3 hours from us,
Okay.
and then Pennsylvania is 6. So the Clash will be 6 hours for us.
Yeah.
Nice. I think it's that time of the night, y'all. Let's see what we can do. Change the background a little bit.
What?
Hey, Mike, what time is it?
Ooh, 5 check.
Woo! It's going to be a little more personal. Don't freak out. And viewers, if you want to leave a comment or you got any questions for Bree or Dave, put Vibes Aquatics in front of it. And Mike, look awesome. Will
I'm on
find
it.
them for you.
Barbecue.
So, thank you, Mike.
I'm
First
on it.
question. Favorite color?
Purple.
Orange.
Red.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Yeah.
Mountaintop or beach?
Mountaintop.
Beach.
On beach.
Nice. Sweet tea or unsweet?
Sweet.
Nice. Pie or cake?
Pie. Well, it depends on the pie, but I guess pie.
Man, ice cream cake. That's a cake.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You know,
Well, I would.
chocolate cake.
Dude, I like these are solid points. on
Chocolate
both
pie.
sides. Like, wow.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go with chocolate.
Nice.
All right, that's not an option.
No, that's not
Pie.
an option.
I definitely have to go pie.
Okay.
Pumpkin.
Favorite pie?
Favorite pie?
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. Or chocolate cream.
Yeah, she makes a good chocolate cream
Coconut
pie.
cream. You guys are both wrong. Vibes, go ahead. I'm reading.
Apple with chocolate ice cream then.
Yeah. Okay. Boots
Scotty
or
the
flips?
Fish Freak says banana wine or banana wine.
Who said that?
Scotty the Fish
Oh,
Freak.
Scotty, yes. Banana wine and banana wine. Yes, got it.
Yes, they choose both, Scotty.
Is Scotty
Okay.
old enough to drink? Is Scotty old enough to drink?
He's looking forward to the banana wine when we go to the Clash.
Okay. Boots or flips?
Boots.
Boots.
Wow. Boots or shoes?
Boots. I live in my boots.
Oh, shoes.
Boots and cats.
Ah!
Really?
I like this. Boots or cats?
Boots.
Cats.
You heard it here first. Brianne's Fish Fam. Boots and cats.
Yeah. Okay. So, your favorite boot?
What's that?
Your
I was
favorite boot?
distracted by the cat.
Uh-huh.
Was it favorite food vibe is the question?
No. Favorite boots?
Favorite boots?
Yeah.
Carolinas.
Okay.
Whatever mine are. I don't even know the brand.
Rain boots?
Yeah, I forget what yours are.
They're right here.
Let's see them.
Rhino?
Okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
Rhino.
Nice. So,
Coral
Right.
Works has a question. What's the best fish for eating, and would you keep it as a pet?
I would probably keep it as a pet, and I'm not gonna eat it. But I don't eat fish, so
What's the best fish for eating?
tuna fish.
Tuna fish.
And yeah, you're just gonna keep a big tuna like in a salt pool. That's what I would do.
I knew that was her answer.
Like just like a blue fin, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just like this huge pool.
Well, I got that big tank I'm supposed to be putting in next year.
Hmm.
nice.
I got
Train. Go ahead.
I don't know, it's like 2,000 gallon. It was originally a moat from a fuel tank. And they got rid of the fuel tank, so I got the moat. I was able to keep it, and I was going to bring it home, bury it, paint it, and bury it, put a liner in it, and turn it into a pond.
That'd be awesome.
It's like it's probably 5 feet deep, 5.5 feet deep. So
Okay.
if I get it down on the ground, it should be pretty good for frost and stuff, the cold.
So, what would you use for filtration for that?
It's actually set up pretty cool because it's got a pipe plumbed into the bottom of it at the very bottom, and it's threaded on the inside, so I can actually put a filter on there. And I think I'm just going to use like a pool pump or something like that to suck the water up and just make a waterfall, have it flow back in.
Nice.
We'll see. That's next year's, or that's this year's project, but I got a lot of other things going on right now between.
Right, yeah. I was
Wine and
surprised
trailer.
that both of you guys weren't talking about the rescue as your goal this year.
That's more of her thing, but it is. You do have to do a lot of work on it this year.
Yeah, I've kind of taken on the whole I'm going to make wine
Okay.
side of it. So
I mean, like the family is obviously multi-talented, like all of you guys and stuff like that. So therefore, it kind of makes sense with all the different projects going on and stuff like that. It's just like one person's going to go in one direction, another person's going to go in a different one. You
Right.
know what I mean? And like everybody help each other out, but it's just like this is so and so's project. So yeah,
Right.
no, that makes sense. I like it.
I mean, my part of that starts when the weather clears up and gets nicer, and there's some insulation to do, and actually having a problem with the heater fan right now. But other than that, that'll be my project to insulate it and get it better so it stays a little warmer when we get these cold snaps. it's been pretty good all year, except for we've been, what were we, 17 below zero here?
22.
Yeah, 22, whatever it was. I don't know.
Wow.
It's only been a cold snap for 2 days. We've mostly been in the 30s and 40s, so it ain't bad.
Nice.
Garcia Aquatics chimed in with tuna heart is very tasty. I have never had it. I am interested.
That sounds interesting.
Have you ever had the heart of a tuna?
No.
But I mean, like, I would definitely try it, right? I mean, like, that's muscle.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be good.
So, if you could give one piece of advice to someone younger than you, what would you say?
Don't get into this hobby. It's expensive.
Fair enough. How about you, Bree?
Honestly, I don't know. Don't get that many tanks because it's a lot of work.
I was actually going to say that. Don't get a lot of tanks.
Don't be like us.
Do 20 tanks, 30 tanks, or even less than that. Real nice. Or something you could manage.
Right.
Like 10 bigger tanks and you could really escape them and whatever, CO2, whatever you want to do to them. You know, like you can manage that. When you get into bigger tanks, like you managing them sometimes gets them to be a pain in the butt.
So is there anything in hindsight that you could tell somebody that has multi-take syndrome? I don't know, a guy wearing like a blue uniform that's asking you questions. You know what I mean? Like somebody like that to help them like know when you've like reached your limit as far as like how many tanks you could take care of. Like, was there like any early signs that I should be looking for? Because I just added 13 more tanks. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm there yet, but I mean, like, when will I know that I'm there?
Right. At a certain point, it's what you can take care of. And
Okay.
and wintertime's hard for me because some years I could be home all day. Like I work 7 to 3:30 and then on Monday through Friday and I'm home. And that's usually so rare for me. So this year I've been in work a lot. So I'm not home. So it gets hard to get into that schedule or that routine or you try and fit in some here and some there and some get missed. And so I think right now we're probably to the point of too many because of that. But in the summertime, it gets easier.
Okay.
You can pick up a schedule and do some, even if it's a couple days during the week. Because I try and get stuff done through the week so that the weekends we have camp or side jobs and stuff like that to do.
A lot of side jobs.
Yeah. Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics just chimed in and says 20 tanks. I'm maxed out for sure. So like that's his number. You know what I mean? He's like,
no, he just needs a bigger house.
Definitely don't want to add more than that. It's gonna be too many. When was the last time you guys had 20 tanks? What year was that?
That was a long time ago.
Was that
was definitely year? I think we have more than 20 tanks upstairs. So I mean, it went really quick from 3 tanks to
I had 13 tanks in my room.
right. She had 13 just in her room. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 just in the kitchen. You know, they're smaller tanks, but they're like shrimp and beta tanks.
Which require more work because they're smaller.
There's 3 in our bedroom. So, yeah. And that was before the fish room. You know, so it evolved pretty quick. From 3 tanks to
140.
Yeah. It went from 3 to 5 to 8 to
a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Really quick.
Hey, Vibes, Garcia's reached out to you via text. He wants to know whether you got that. And Garcia also said that the tuna heart has to be eaten as soon as it's caught. This is like reminding me of like the tradition with the deer and like eating deer heart. on your first kill or something like that. Is that a Native American tradition?
I don't know.
I think you're supposed to eat everything you kill when you're Native American.
Right. No. But like something specifically about the heart.
Oh, I think you're right with Native American, but
else. Like I'm unsure.
I always believed it to be the person who killed it ate it.
Right.
Nice. By the way, Garcia, I don't know if I got the text because I'm not looking at the phone. So after the live stream, I'll check my phone.
All right.
So
yeah, if it's something super important, Garcia, that can be public knowledge, just throw it in the chat, and I'll throw it to Vibes in a second.
Yeah.
Stephen P 2003 says he needs a day to do all his water changes. Have you thought about moving to Louisiana?
No, I hear it's humid there.
It's very humid down there.
It'll mess up your hair.
Yeah, and it'll mess up my hair.
Huh? Where? So, what is something that y'all would change in the hobby?
In the hobby in general?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if I could change anything in the hobby all in one would be, and I don't know how you do it, but what stupid people do with their fish and their plants. Like, if you can't take care of it, don't throw it in the lake. Take it to a pet store. Take it to, like, that should be more knowledge. Like, and maybe that's the pet store's
knowledge
fault.
how to responsibly dispose of or release a fish. Like,
right, but
like
maybe that's the pet store's problem.
You can't release a fish into the wild, aquarium fish into the wild. You can release it and like to a fish store or a rescue or something like that, where it would be responsibly taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Right, but maybe a pet store or Petco or PetSmart or any of those places that sell fish should have signs in their door and says, and let people know that if you can't handle this or can't take care of it, I mean, you bring home a dog and you can't take care of it, what do? Throw it outside? I mean, that's just retarded too.
Yeah.
That's why we're in this boat with the rescue, because people can't.
Right.
But, right. Yeah. No. Exactly. And so, I mean, like, you're seeing like the lack of education and almost every problem, like the nursing field is the same way. It's like so much of it is about just basic education. You know what I mean? And so, like the base person that doesn't know a whole lot of about fish, like, I would like them to know that, like, just like you don't point a gun at anyone, unloaded or loaded. That's basic gun safety. And a lot of people know that. You know what I mean? And, like, so, like, with fish, you don't release a fish into the wild. Like, that's not cool. You know what I mean? And maybe the nitrogen cycle. You know what I mean? Like, those two basic pieces of knowledge. If that could just be common knowledge.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that would be pretty cool.
So y'all think that the employees at fish stores should, before they're hired, they should know this?
Yeah, but you got to let the public know that, So yes, the employees, like, I get it. You're not going to get, Danny Weshy work in your pet store, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Shit.
But it's nice when you run into a Danny Weshy at your pet store and you're just like, you're awesome, dude.
Right. I mean, he worked at a pet store and he knew all this stuff and he was trying to inform the people of what the deal was. And, ultimately it kind of went against him.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
with his manager, but I think it went better for him in the long run.
Yeah, but I mean, like, a little bit of teaching the public the nitrogen cycle and teaching the public the correct way to use and relinquish fish, like that should be like part of like having a license to sell fish. You know what I mean? Like if you have a
Right.
license, you have to either have that displayed somewhere openly, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
or something like that. Just like and like add one more, add a third one. You know what I mean? Like and have that
Right.
just so that the standard goes from lawlessness and chaos to here. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not asking for here. I'm just right about here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think with those things, it would have helped a little bit with what's going on, and but you're never going to get it all. I mean,
No.
drinking and driving is illegal, but people still do it.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, I just think knowledge in the stores, not educating the people, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, like the point of sale is like one of the best opportunities to give people information. Now, what they do with that information is on them.
Right.
You
Well,
know what I mean? But they've been given the information.
if I walk into the store and I'm buying a fish tank and some gravel and some fake plants and maybe some decorations, and then I'm like, "Whoa, hey, let's get these fish to go in the tank," the employee should be like, "No. That's not happening. You're not taking fish out of the store today.
Right, yeah. It was like,
You're putting them in that
exactly
tank, then just go home, set it up, do your thing.
Right.
Give it a couple of weeks and, come back. See if you can take care of the tank first.
Because it seems like the stores have already figured out that the money isn't in the actual fish itself. It's in all the equipment that you have to buy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you still get to sell that day. You know what I mean? Like it's a small the fish that go in the tank is a small percentage of the sale of the full setup. You know what I mean? So I don't see
why wouldn't they want this
to have their customers have success.
Well, why wouldn't they want them to know to say, well, I bought a tank and I bought plants and I bought my whole package today, and then I got fish. I went home, filled up with water, threw the fish in there, they died. Now I scoop them back up, I put them in the bag, and I take them back to the store and say, hey, my fish died. Oh, well, here's some new ones. And then I take them home, I throw them in the tank, and they died. Well, and then I bring them back and be like, well, this is your fault. I need new fish. Well,
Yeah.
No. You're not getting the fish in the first place.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I feel like it's just a system that hasn't been fine-tuned yet.
What is one thing about you that people will not guess about you?
I don't know. I'm generally an open book.
Shut up.
I feel like now's where Brianne tells us that I can't tell you this, but I fear for my father's safety, and he's actually a secret agent. You know what I mean? And like she
right.
like outs him for like something, and then the whole family's in danger, and now they have to move in with the peas and Louisiana.
No, I plow snow for a living. That's it. I plow snow. I work on RVs, and I make wine. That's my life.
A likely story, sir.
I don't know. I can't even think of one for you, let alone myself.
Yeah, I couldn't even think of something. I think over the time.
Brianne, is there a style of music that you're into that we wouldn't guess about you?
I just listen to country music.
Woo!
I would have guessed that about you, actually.
Yeah. See,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I don't know. Gabe has been around for a lot longer. You've been around for like many, many years and stuff like that. So there's got to be like something that we wouldn't have guessed about you. And you had this weird phase and you're like, yeah, I did that for 3 years. And then I was like, nah, this isn't for me. Like, did you like join a punk band or anything cool? Or
I never really did anything cool. I never regret anything I did. But there was a lot of things I look back and go, man, I probably shouldn't have done that.
I think I've
Right,
heard
okay,
some of these stories.
Well, and understandably, as a father sitting next to your daughter, it's probably not a good time to talk about those things.
I've heard these stories. I heard this story before.
I tell them everything.
I heard this story in the middle of a yard at
these
our
are-
campground.
These are the choices I made. These are the things I did. I mean, if you want to go down that road,
Hey man,
it got me where I am
like,
today. But I do regret it at the time.
If the only way that they can rebel is by like studying hard and becoming a doctor, you know what I mean? It's just like,
Right.
well, you showed me. You showed me.
That's what I tell guys at work. I'm like, you're never going to do anything here that surprises me. I've done it all. I've seen it all. I mean, wings under trucks, beds ripped off. I've seen it all. So you're never going to do anything that surprises me. You're never going to do anything that surprises me. You know, I bet there's some things. I'm a certified scuba diver.
Yeah, true.
I've been skydiving several times.
I wouldn't have guessed the skydiving from you.
No, I wouldn't
like you
either.
have a little bit more sense than to jump out of a perfectly good plane.
Yeah. Well, actually, had you seen the plane, it wasn't that perfectly good. But they did have the best track record. Yeah, I've.
But how many passengers did they land safely
The
with the plane?
All of them that made it to the ground.
yeah they took 4 of us up at a clip. It was a small Cessna, so they took 4 of us up at a clip plus the instructor, and there was another guy in the back of the plane, but he didn't do anything, and the pilot. So 4 people who jumped at each time.
Nice.
I feel like I could be the guy at the back of the plane that doesn't do anything. That sounds like a job for me.
I always felt like he was the guy that, like, if shit went really bad, like, he would just jump out of the plane and go grab you in midair. You know, he was that kind of. He was just like
I don't want to do that. No.
Yeah, like he was the guy. Like, oh shit, his chute didn't open. You know, like he's like there in a second, cutting your chute, grabbing you, going, "Hey, hold on, here we go." But everything always went smooth. I went to the same place several times.
Oh, that's cool, man.
You're really good at golfing too. That's a plus.
Yeah, I play golf.
What?
I used to work at a family recreation center in Jersey that had a driving range, so I started.
So you learned how to play golf.
Hitting golf balls away from the net, and next thing you know, I'm swinging the golf club, and next thing you know, I'm out on a golf course with someone, and hey, we can drink at 8:00 in the morning. Yeah, let's go.
I think that's the one that I would go with. That's the one that I don't. Oh, your mom outed you. Brianna's a high school honors student. You don't strike me as an honors student. Geography skills and your
Woo! So,
hey,
What-
Huawei, it's a
go ahead.
ponytail, bro. It's still here. It's still here. Huawei's like, New Local Austin looks different. Did you take a shower?
whoops.
Rude.
So-
Rude.
Yes. It's February, bro. You took your February shower.
Favorite filtration for your tanks?
Favorite filtration?
Yeah.
Air, sponge filters.
There. I like this.
Yeah, sponge filters.
Electricity.
Yeah.
Is that gas
Air
powered
pump got in
or-
my head when I went to say that.
That was good. That was good. So why do you like sponge?
Because you can run like a bunch of them off of the.
With that many tanks, it's just simple. It's
How often? Go ahead.
we got the one Gemco pump downstairs that runs all those, and that one's actually big enough that had I wanted to, like, we could have stubbed lines upstairs. I just never did it. We just run the whole downstairs with it.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty simple, pretty easy for us to change, maintain, and take care of.
How often do you clean the sponges?
Every couple cleanings.
Yeah. Usually when they look really grubby. It's not every time.
Nice. So would you tell a beginner to go with a sponge over a canister or hang on back?
I don't know. We have them all. My 75 out in the living room has a canister and a hang on the back. The one in the bedroom has a canister. I mean, if you actually have a tank that's designated to just filters sitting in it and you can keep them in there seasoned, you can just rip the dirty one off, put another one on, and just keep going. You know, it's pretty simple, pretty easy. But it's not for everyone. I mean, some people like under gravel filters, some people like sumps, some people like, you know, so it's up to your personal preference. And it took us a while to get there. We were hanging on the back for a while.
I feel like a lot of beginners end up with a hang on the back and stuff like that. And I wouldn't like necessarily like lead with that. But if they were over at my place and they saw the sponge on my intake filter and they were asking me about it, I was like, oh yeah, you know that you can just take everything out of your hang on the back if you want and do whatever you want for filtration. You know what I mean? Like there's lots of options. You know what I mean? Just to turn them on to the DIY of it, and you're the master of the tank and you get to do what you want and try different things out, and like the experimentation of it. I feel like it is good when questions are being asked by a newer fish keeper to just, you know, like push them in a direction and be like, oh yeah, you can do whatever you want, and like just like, you know, like watch them get excited about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we started with a lot of hang on backs. Well, technically, I should say we started with the Fluval Flex,
which is built in.
They had everything built in the back of them. So we can. So we had a lot of those, but all our other tanks really had hang on the backs, and we still have quite a few of them. And if a tank gets like really grubby, I scrub it, like the 75 downstairs. That one's getting pretty grimy, so I'll clean it, vacuum it. I'll throw a hang on the back right on the front of that thing and let it run for like 2 days, just to help clean the water up.
Right, and, you just got it filled with like polyfill.
Yeah, and we use it quite a bit on some tanks just to clean them up to keep some of the sediment out of there.
Yeah,
it seems to work pretty good for us. And especially you pull the sponge filter out, all that stuff drips off there and goes in the tank, and that kind of grabs some of it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, PetSmart and Petco down here, I mean, you still can't buy a sponge filter. You can buy an intake sponge. They do sell a sponge for your intake now, but they do not sell a sponge filter like at all. So like that's like a whole like that's like one of the 3 legs of filtration. You know what I mean? You got canisters, hang on the backs, and sponges, and they just don't sell that one.
Huh?
I think that there's just like not enough of a markup on them, or you know what I mean? Like you could sell a hang on the for 30, you could sell a sponge filter for 7. You know what I mean? Like it kind of makes sense.
Right, but if you're selling the sponge filter, you're selling the pump. So there's got to be a good markup on the pump. You know what I mean? And then you got your airline hose and stuff like that, and check valves. You could talk them into check valves. So how far do you want to push this whole thing if you want to sell something?
Right, but with the hang on back, they'll have to keep coming back to buying the filters for the back.
Right, exactly. With a sponge filter, you rinse it out and you're done. Once you own everything, you own everything.
Right. So, what's your favorite hang on back?
Whatever's on that.
Aqua Clear.
Yeah. That thing's been pretty. Is that it's like a whole clear thing, right? It's the whole thing see through.
Yes. That's why it's called Aqua Clear.
there. I don't know if you can see it too good, but I have one on the tank behind me, down the bottom. Aqua clear.
Yeah, they've actually been that and that other one that's on the one next to the 75 in the dining room. They've actually been
It's
pretty reliable.
Seachem titles, the other one, because you can turn the flow down and everything.
Yeah,
Right.
that's actually on a salt tank.
Nice.
The snails climb into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, ABS, this is the first time this has ever been said in the chat, everyone. Special news alert. ABS Aquatic says it's hard to hear you in LA.
Yeah.
That's the first time in my life that has ever happened. I've always been too loud. So I just want to take this moment to thank the Academy, my wife,
Me.
all of my elementary school teachers who told me that I was too loud. Today, I have not been loud enough. I tell you what, I will go and find my headphones, and then there's a mic in the headphones, and that should fix that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
So, favorite canister?
Do you have any canisters?
Yeah, I had that white one.
Oh
I
yeah.
only have one, and it's Seachem, and I know that my favorite canister is not Seachem.
Whoops. And Mark will be back, y'all.
We've got the FX6, the 4, the Marine Land. I don't even know what number that one is. Actually, I think we got 2 Marine Lands. Isn't that one out there, Marine Land?
Yeah.
That one is
It's
a Marine
Marine
Land. And the one downstairs is actually
something off Amazon. And then there's some in a box.
no, the one that was on the water. Oasis.
Oh,
Awesome.
That one's actually pretty cool because you can.
put a heater in it.
Yeah, it has a built-in heater, and I think Geek Boy told us about it because it has adjustable flows. You can regulate the intake and outtake, and intake and outlet.
Wasi.
Yeah, you can change that. So that worked actually pretty good for our water bridges, because it would when we had it going, it was actually sucking one side dry and then filling up the other side too fast. So being able to adjust it was kind of nice, but
Right.
I don't know. I kind of like that Marine Land. I think they're Marine Land ones.
Okay.
But that one downstairs that Oasis is actually pretty nice.
So, you'd recommend everybody else, fish people out there, Marine Land or Aussie over the FX series?
I'm not really a name brand person. Like,
Okay.
I know, like, people got to have DeWalt, people got to have Milwaukee, people got to have FX6 and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, if Sunsun, if you know, holy crap, I can't think of his name. Mike from Florida Fish Rescue. He makes them out of 5-gallon buckets.
Mm-hmm.
He makes canister filters out of 5-gallon buckets. Okay. I bet they work just as good as everything else. They suck in the dirt, they keep it in the bucket, and then the clean water goes back in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a picky person, and I can tell you what works for me.
I can tell you that cheap Amazon one doesn't work very well.
Yeah, that cheap Amazon one. I don't even know what brand that thing was.
Yeah. I don't know what it was either, but it doesn't work very well.
I think we won it or something.
Someone also threw a whole trash can at it.
I did throw a trash can at it.
Garcia Aquatics in all caps in the chat
Oh,
tells me, in LA, when are you not too loud? You see, there you go, folks. Shouted in text form.
woo.
Yeah.
So-
He had a question. It was, what is a fish that you would like to keep, but you currently do not have the tank size for? So like kind of like a dream fish or like bucket list fish, and you're just like, I don't have a tank big enough for it yet.
Probably
I mean,
by
like asked by a cichlid keeper, obviously. You know what I mean? He likes the big fish.
Yeah. I'd like to have like 200 neon tetras and a 75. I'm just kidding.
I
don't
would
know
like
why.
that.
I say a Bisher. We don't really have the room for that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Oscars are cool too.
I do kind of like Kenny's Oscars. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people have them, but I like the way they look behind him swimming around
Okay.
on his stream. So I do think I think that would be a cool backdrop, like a nice long tank with some good size Oscars in it.
Yeah, it's
So
kind of
you
a
don't-
sneaky way to ask you, like, what's your favorite big fish, right?
It's hard because cold water aquatics. You know, he has a lot of the native fish, and some of them are pretty cool.
Dude,
know,
man, that pike, right? And
Right.
that
See?
bowfin, woo!
Yeah, like some of those are pretty cool, and even I think of some of the native fish around here, and it'd be kind of neat. But yeah, I think Oscars would be the way to go for me.
How about you, Bray? Oh, you already said.
Yeah,
Bisher.
Bisher.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's a good pick. I like both of those a lot.
So, is duckweed a bad thing?
No,
I just think it gets on a lot of stuff like the nets and stuff.
yeah, it gets everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's not annoying, but I mean, like,
I
just
have managed to keep it out of my 40 breeder downstairs.
He's like, don't put any duckweed in there.
I have no idea. I mean, if there's one drop of it in there, I will scoop it out. That and snails. We've had some pest snails, and I've managed to keep the pest snails out of that tank.
interesting.
I don't know. Maybe there's a force field around it or something, or maybe, I don't know. But
He like inspects all the plants before they go in there. He's like,
Yeah.
no snails, no snails,
I don't want pest snails in there,
no duckweed.
and I keep all
So
the
it
duckweed.
sounds like the answer is vigilance.
Yeah. But I wanted that tank to have plants in it, and I wanted to have plenty of light, and they're shop lights, so it's not like we have the best light in the world on them. But I wanted them to give them the best chance they could have
Right.
by keeping that out.
And I mean, like, in general, you've been pretty impressed with your shop lights, am I right? Like these I've got LED shop lights, and it's just like, I love them, man. I
That's
haven't
what
had
we're doing.
anything better, you know what I mean? But like, I'm growing plants with them. I'm happy.
Yeah, we're using the LED shop lights, and they're all they work good for our setup because they're all linkable. So we just plug one in, and there's 6 lights on this whole rack that light up.
Oh,
And
it's so great.
the ones in the middle come on with the light from the basement, and the other side.
Nice. So, what's your favorite classical movie?
Classical movie.
What's that?
Okay, Brianne, a classical no, I'm just like, Skull, will you tell Brianne what a classical movie is? I'll see myself out.
Jeez, I don't even know.
Loser.
We haven't actually. Not even big on the TV thing. Never really have been.
Oh wow.
The ferals are feral.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So,
How can your
What
mind
the-
be trained by the government if you don't watch TV?
I tell you
What are
what,
you doing?
I probably haven't watched the news in 5 years.
Right? And you feel better, don't you?
Yeah, I don't give a shit what's happening out
Yeah,
there.
you know what I mean? It's just
I
like
don't
it's
care.
just like no, like I'm like 46 now. Like I can't watch the news without like my blood pressure. Just like I'm just like get so mad at everybody. It's just like the weather guy. It's just like, well, this guy has a real punchable face. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
Mr. Chipper. You know what I don't know, man. Like I got problems. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no, my boss every day comes into work and we'll be in there for our morning meeting or something like that. And he's like, Jesus, this person did that and this on the news and they're talking about this and this is going to happen. If I'm like, stop watching that shit, dude. You'll feel better.
right.
Right.
But every day for years, he's coming. You hear something about him bitching about the news. I'm like, I don't get it.
Okay. A dine-in restaurant or fast food?
I'm usually on the go, so fast food is usually the option.
Okay.
But what would be better?
But what would be better is sitting down eating.
Yeah.
So
I
your
do.
favorite sit-down restaurant?
Huh?
Your favorite sit-down dine-in restaurant?
Say it.
Are you going to say Valero's gas station? Please.
No, I won't anymore.
Okay.
Don't worry.
There's a pizza place. Actually, it's a gas station pizza.
It's a gas station and they started making pizza and it's like the
They have
best.
awesome pizza in this place. I mean, a conveyor chain pizza maker. I mean, it's great. But
So what's your favorite sit down restaurant?
I like what's the name of it?
Texas Roadhouse?
Texas Roadhouse.
Nice.
I like Texas
That's a pretty good pick.
Yeah.
Well, also Finnegan's was really good. Finnegan's was really good, but we don't go there often.
Yeah. That was actually pricey, but that was pretty good.
We went to the place.
What's Finnegan's menu like? Is it like a fish and chips place? Is it like pub fare or is it like
No, this is a private owned it's not a chain. You know what I mean? Like these people own
right.
it. It's right on the lake. When we went to the Clash, we ended up meeting with friends of ours, and we took them out to dinner for taking care of the dog for the weekend. And but they had, burgers, steaks, whatever.
They were like the
fries,
burgers.
anything you wanted, just like a regular restaurant. But the food was actually really, really good.
I had burger and fries, and then I started eating packets of sugar.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, there's something we didn't know about Bree.
Right.
She's like freebasing sugar at sit-down restaurants.
Hey, everybody, if you ever meet Bree, make sure you give her sugar.
Sugar. Pixie sticks.
So, a burger or steak?
I'm usually a burger.
I like steak. I do like steak,
She does.
but Finnegan's did make a really good burger. Actually,
Okay.
burgers on the grill are really good.
Okay,
But-
a burger or a taco?
Burger.
Burger.
Mm.
Oh man,
I will
you guys need to come down to Austin, and Vibes and I are going to take you on a taco tour. Perhaps we can make it at the same time that June comes down, and we're going to take you on a taco tour, and you'll pick tacos from there on out. Tacos are the best.
Huh. That's funny because I would pretty much take a burger or good pizza over almost anything else
Okay.
except for ice cream or chocolate.
So, burger or pizza?
Favorite pizza?
No, burger or pizza.
Oh, burger or pizza?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really about timing. It's like
It's about the place. If
It's- well,
it's
it's about-
Valero's or
yeah.
Pizza Hut, I'm picking pizza.
Mm.
But if it's Texas Roadhouse, I'm picking burger.
Scuba Stevo has a question for the entire panel. Has
Okay.
anybody had a rooster?
Yes. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
At one time, we had like 12 roosters at one time.
yeah, we had 150 chickens, and they had what, 6 or so roosters. We had ducks, geese, Cornish game hens,
Pigs,
turkeys, pigs, alpacas.
bunnies, goats.
Oh, nice.
Did y'all used
cow.
to ride? Did y'all used to ride your alpacas?
No,
No, they wouldn't let me touch them. I don't know. Like I was
They
running
were-
after them, and they wouldn't. Like
they were rescued.
Eat your pork chop.
They were rescue alpacas, so they ended up they were a little skittish for a while, but they got a little better towards the end, and then they went to a friend of ours. They have a really nice farm that they live on, so they built them a nice place, and they send us updates still.
Nice.
Garcia Aquatics wants
ahead.
to know pasta or Chinese food.
Chinese food.
Chinese food or Mexican?
Chinese.
How about you, Bree?
Chinese.
Okay. Chinese or American?
American.
American.
More options.
Okay. Chinese or Indian?
Chinese.
Chinese.
Wow.
I like
So-
spicy food, but I don't like Indian spicy food.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff that I've tried, it was always way too spicy for me.
Right.
It's okay. You
So-
just get scared.
So, what's your favorite Chinese food meal?
Usually sweet and sour chicken and wonton soup.
Nice. Like father, like daughter. That's awesome.
No, she likes
What
beef
is
lo
it?
mein.
Yeah, something like that.
Beef lo mein.
But I knew he was gonna say sweet and sour chicken because that's all he eats.
Hey, Vibes.
Yeah.
George RB3 has said that he wants to come down to Austin. When? When is that fish swap going on?
Hold on. We can bring it up.
Yeah, RB3 this weekend in March. We're gonna have a fish swap, so that would be a good time for you to come for a taco tour.
If I can bring it up, that is. Hold on, y'all. Technical difficulties.
Hey, man, all day, dude. Welcome to Winter Storm, Austin.
Yeah.
It's been a freaking long week, y'all. Y'all don't even know. I've chalked up 0 losses for the week, and because those died before the storm.
Right.
And Vibes, your count was 3?
No. 5.
5.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, George. The date is March 18th. My technical difficulties didn't do good, so it's March 18th. That's the fish swap. So, what would you say to hobbyists that's been in the hobby for 20 years? Would you tell them to stay with the underground filters, or would you tell them to start with something that we have today?
I have an answer for this.
Hold on, Mike.
I'm holding.
Sure you do. I'm sure you do.
I'm holding because I'm hoping that these two like come up with my answer, and I'd be like, yes, you guys are awesome.
Well, if you've been in it for 20 years and it's working for you, why change it? The
That's a
undergravel
good point,
filters
Dave.
work fine, right?
right?
Well, they work fine for Jason, Jack, and Dan, and there's quite a few people that use them.
It's true.
So why change it? Why change what works for you?
I like it. So, Mike, what was your answer?
My answer is, hey, have you tried melamine sponges? Because they might not have thought to take that into their fish room. And when they scrub spot algae covered glass with a melamine sponge, and it just comes right off. You know what I mean? They'll be like, oh my God. Like, that is the one thing I'm thankful for. Like, I've only been in this hobby like 2.5, 3 years. Like, I've always used melamine sponges and they freaking rock. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so glad that I wasn't around before melamine sponges.
So, favorite fish tuber?
Wow, that's a loaded question.
Other than Garcia Aquatics. Garcia Aquatics is off the table.
Right.
New local Austin is a good option.
Take your time.
Garcia Aquatics is asking who's ready for Garcia Aquatics breakfast and dinner. Did you guys hear about Vibes and his breakfast that he had over there with like fresh fruits that were grown in his parents' yard, and the coffee beans were grown in his parents' yard, and they roasted them and everything? It's like the pictures are amazing.
Wow.
So that
It's on my list, Garcia. Yeah. It's on my list, buddy.
So, okay, who would you say in the fish tube fam, who is the most influenced you?
Well, I guess for Bree, she might have to say Jess, because Jess got her got her up there and like got her started with her channel and everything. And I'm thankful for that, because like I'm like one of your like number one fans, Bree. Like I freaking like love what you're doing. I love how supportive your family is with it, how involved you guys are with the pet rescue and everything. So like whatever you do, like I am down to support for realsies.
Yeah, no, for her, I would have to say it's definitely, in my eyes, it's got to be Jess. They started this. Well, she wanted to do this, and then Jess kind of helped her along the way, and they were working together for quite a while. So that really started things off, and then she wanted to keep going. So that was actually really good.
Who influenced you?
My influence to be up here
Austin
on YouTube would have to be
me.
Your local Austin.
I was gonna say my daughter. She's making me be here.
Oh no,
That's
true.
awesome.
That's true. I mean, like, dude, nobody can influence you more than your daughter and whatever her hobby is. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely going to change your life as well, right?
Yeah, because I could be sleeping.
That's like that is like the best and most honest answer of the night, and I love it.
Right. One more question. If you could have one tank, what size would it be? What would the stocking be? And what kind of filtration?
I'll go first. If I could have a tank, it would be a 125, and it would have discus and corridoras, and it would probably have a canister filter. And I don't know what kind of canister filter, but you got this.
Well, mine would definitely be a 125 because that's what fits in the dining room wall.
There you go. Practicality.
Because I've always wanted to put one there. I always said if something ever crashed with this salt tank, I would take it out and put a 125 there.
Yeah. What are you going to put in it?
I would probably have. I would have to say I'd probably have a canister filter and maybe 2 sponge filters in it.
And what would the stocking be?
And
you can't copy me.
I would definitely want some colorful fish. So I'm gonna have some. Probably gonna have some black Venezuelans on the bottom. I do like those blue curry tetras I got.
So you're gonna have a tank just like you have downstairs?
But I'd want something like, I don't know what it would be though.
An alligator gar?
Something bigger, like towards the top that might move around a little more. A couple of longer fish. Probably some rainbows.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nice. Okay, Brianne, Dave, do you all have any questions for us on the panel?
Amazon Research Center has a question. Well, not a question. He has a statement. As a Mexican American who has lived in Texas, Tex-Mex food is the worst Mexican food in the world. Vibes, would you like to weigh in as a Texan?
I agree 100%.
I am a native Texan, and I agree 100%. You want to know what I like in Texas? Mexican food is the best Mexican food in Texas. It has nothing to do with Tex-Mex. I agree 100% with the Amazon Research Center.
Yep.
Okay, because I was going to say, you guys live in Texas. You want us to come down there for tacos to change our mind. I was going to wonder what the difference between tacos and Tex-Mex is.
Well, Tex-Mex, Tex-Mex is ranchers making Mexican food. Basically, it's not good. But you want to know what? The steak might be nice. However, skirt steak is a very nice cut of meat, and that is fajitas. So I mean, even then, it's an uphill battle. You know what I mean? So Mexican food is actually the best Mexican food in Texas for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ABS said something before about burgers, and I can't remember what it was. I actually had at Golden Corral, believe it or not. I don't know if you guys have those. It's a buffet place.
That shut down.
Yeah, no, they're back open again.
Well, they're back open now, but
they actually have.
Brianne,
They have filet mignon one night, and then the next night they cut it and grind it and make it into burgers.
Sliders.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they had sliders. Man, those burgers were definitely awesome. Sorry,
Brianne, your Instagram link isn't working on your YouTube, and 143 Aquarium Rocks is trying to see your collection. Is there another place where we can maybe fishfam.link?
Yeah,
143 Aquarium Rocks. Try fishfam.link and look at Brianne's Fishfam channel and see if that link isn't better than the one on YouTube.
And by the way, Bree,
is that the best way, Brianne?
Yeah.
And somebody was asking about cultures earlier and the best way, and your mom answered email is the best until spring.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Just making sure.
Nice. So, do y'all have any questions for us or no?
No. I think I've been watching you guys long enough. I pretty much, hopefully I know some stuff about you.
Hey, Dave, here's the question for you. What's my favorite tea that I drink?
Citrus.
Does it come in a diamond box from Kohl's?
No.
Oh no, it's I know which one it is. It's
those that watch the channel should know.
Well, yeah, no. Whenever we ask you what's in your cup, it's the one that's usually in your cup, right?
Right. Tonight's different.
Right. That's the only hint I'm going to give.
Okay, I got it to go. No, I really.
Brianne, there's something wrong with your Instagram. right now. Matt was saying that the Fish Fam link is the same as your YouTube. It looks like your Instagram isn't active for some reason. So you just might want to check on that outside of here.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be asking Skull a question.
What?
I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah. What's your question for Skull? I know you have one.
No, we don't.
Do you have any question about Goodeids? That's always an easy softball for Skull because he's got a lot of them around and he could probably tell you like right off like something cool.
Well, what's something cool about a goodie that most people might not know?
She nailed it. She nailed it,
Woo!
ladies and
I
gentlemen.
like this.
She knocked it out of the
Wow.
park. I'm slayed. I don't know.
Wow. Wow. Most Goodeids only have 4 babies at a time, and they're born like a human with an umbilical cord.
See, that's what I'm talking about. He's full of stuff like that. Like I was like, what?
I'm full of
An
stuff.
umbilical cord? That's crazy, dude.
It's called something else, but that's what it is.
Right.
That's awesome. Anyways,
Hey, Stephen White is here from Seville, Spain, and he says hello.
hey, welcome, Stephen. Good to see you.
Yeah, welcome, Stephen.
At that time of the night, I think we're going to call it a night because people have to go to bed. Thanks, Mike and Skull and Bree and Dave for showing up. Much love. Mike, what do you want to say to the family before we get off?
I want to say, hey, man, inclement weather can sometimes interrupt power and cause your week to be rough. Just remember that rough weather weeks are just like normal weeks, except you're only going to get 1/3 of the stuff done, and everything's going to be a pain in your rear.
How about you, Skull? What do you have to say to the fish fam?
Same as always. Love your family, love your fish.
How about you, Bree?
I don't know.
Same.
Think of something smart.
Think of something. Smart.
Think of something smart. I'm serious.
Be a smart ass, Dave.
I freaking love it.
Do it. No, do say something.
Be nice to everybody. Yeah.
From the mouths of babes.
Yep.
How about you, Dave?
Catch you all later. Thanks everyone for coming and hanging out. Enjoy your rest of your weekend. We'll probably see some of you tomorrow.
Good. And those on panel, wait to get off until after. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, what were we going to talk? Oh, this is something we won't talk about yet.
Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you about the.
And he froze.
No.
That's how we end our streams, just to get everybody